If you may turn your Bible with me to the book of Psalm 67 as we open this morning's health talk. Psalm 67, you will see it there on the screen. It says, God be merciful unto us and bless us and cause his face to shine upon us. Then it says that thy way may be made known upon the earth, thy saving health among all nations. So here, brothers and sisters, God is saying that he desires his saving health to be made known among the nations. Why would God desire his saving health message to be made known among the nation? It is because the nations is in plague with sickness and disease. Many people are dying of sickness and disease. And one of the major sickness and disease today, it is cancer. Take a look on the screen there. It says, according to the National Cancer Institute, statistics at a glance, the burden of cancer worldwide. Now, mind you, the headline says the burden of cancer worldwide. God has a balm for every burden. Is there a balm in Gilead? Is there a physician there? Then the word says, why then is not the hurt of the people, of my people not recovered? Why are they not healed? So, brothers and sisters, God have an answer to this burden. It says here, cancer is among the leading causes of death worldwide. In 2012, there were 14 million new cases and 8.2 million cancer-related deaths worldwide. And it continued to rise. It says 57% of new cancer cases in 2012 occurred in less developed regions of the world. That includes Central America, parts of Africa, Asia. Of cancer deaths all occurred in these regions, and you see the different statistics. It says the number of new cancer cases per year is expected to rise to 23.6 million by 2030. Now, friends, the interesting part about it is that the regions that are mentioned, like Central America, Africa, even Caribbean nations, you never hear of these nations contracting cancer because especially Central America, you have many like healing properties of the plants, the Caribbean, all parts of Africa. But what we're seeing is that the culture, the lifestyle of America, the American standard is also being cross-pollinated into these nations as well. So the music, the fashion, the food, So the influence that comes with America is also being carried over. So also the sickness and disease that comes with the American lifestyle is also being crossed over in these nations as well. All right. So now cancer facts and figures, as we see here for 2019, it says that there will be an estimated 1.7 million new cancer cases and diagnosis, and over 600,000 cancer deaths in the United States. And that was the statistics for 2019. So we can see, friends, that there is a need, as God says, that his saving health might be made known unto the nation. So now we're going to transition and understand exactly what cancer is. All right?
Cells are programmed to die and be replaced by new ones. But cancer cells, shown here in brown, don't die. They live on, dividing and dividing, crowding out the healthy cells and spreading, often through the bloodstream and the lymph system to other organs.
As we can see here, the cancer cells, how they take over the body. They take over the good cells and they continue to multiply. And as a result, of course, your cells, your DNA is all of that. So the cancer attacks the DNA structure. As a result, the body then becomes ridden with sickness and disease by cell mutation. All right. So now in the book of Proverbs, chapter 26, verse 2, it says, as the bird by wandering and as the swallow by flying, so the curse causeless shall not come. So, cancer cells just doesn't appear. Like, it doesn't just take over the body. Something have to activate the cancer cells for it to actually hijack the body system. So what are some things that cause that triggers the cancer cell to multiply in the body. Solomon says, as the bird by wandering. So you see the bird as they're wandering, they dive into the water, they catch the fish, and thus they're able to swallow by flying, right? So that means they have to fly. Something have to happen in order for that bird to eat. So something have to happen in order for the cancer cells to eat up the good cells of the body and thus hijack the whole system, all right? Now, one of powerful quotation here in the book Ministry of Healing, it shows us how we can understand this process. So cancer, disease is an effort of nature to free the system from conditions that result from a violation of the laws of health. In case of cancer or sickness, the cause should be ascertained, unhealthful conditions should be changed, wrong habits corrected, then nature should be assisted in her effort to expel impurities and reestablish right conditions in the system. So now, what is it that causes cancer to rise in the body? Now, there are many reasons, there are many causes, and we're going to analyze one of them today. Now, of course, it is a result of violating the laws of health. As you can see the little animation there, the cancer comes, attacks the cell, and then it multiplies and continue to divide, and then that's how your body, then you begin to feel those symptoms, all right? So now, one of the way that we violate the laws of nature today is by adding contaminants into our water system, because water is a part of nature. So that means if you violate the law of water, as it were, by contaminating it and thus drinking the contaminated water, then you activate those cancer cells into the body, and thus you will become sick. So now let's take a look at some of these developments through research and what even the media in the news is saying about it. Take a listen.
Our health alert tonight, a toxic cocktail of chemicals in our tap water could lead to cancer.
That's according to a new study by the Environmental Working Group, which is why we brought in our chief health editor, Dr. Partha Nandi, to break down what these findings really mean. Doctor?
So let's start with the term a toxic cocktail, which in this case means a mixture of contaminants. Now, the EWG calculated the combined health impact of 22 carcinogens in over 48,000 community water systems nationwide.
So they're adding these contaminants into the water. Now, we're going to dive a little deeper to understand what this means. Now, according to the National Cancer Institute, it says drinking water contaminants. It says DCEG researchers in the Occupational and Environmental Epidemiology branch investigate a number of water contaminants that are thought to be associated with cancer risk. These include naturally occurring substances like arsenic, fertilizers, products like nitrate, as well as compounds formed when chlorine to disinfect water comes into contact with organic material in the water. So they can try to, once again, disinfect the city water, for example. But now when the chlorine and some other contaminants come in contact with the natural organic materials in that water, that's how the chemical reaction takes place, and thus when someone drinks that water, it begins to trigger negative impulse into their cell system of their body. Now take a listen here. This article. It says population-based case control studies in Iowa and Nebraska evaluated community supplied drinking water, nitrate levels, and cancers of the stomach, esophagus, bladder, brain, colon, rectum, pancreas, and kidney. Increased risk of colon, kidney, and stomach cancer were observed among those with higher ingestion of water, nitrate, and higher meat intake compared with low intakes of both, a dietary pattern that results in increased NOC formation. Okay.